Thinkware F70 promises premium parking protection and crystal clear full HD in a tiny, no-nonsense dash cam. Either we've reached reliable, set-and-forget security under $100, or we're staring at another case of impressive buzzwords and underwhelming footage. On paper, you get 1080p at 30 FPS, a 140-degree field of view, Thinkware's format-free recording, optional GPS for speed camera alerts, and hardwire-ready parking mode. Sounds criminally generous for the price, right? But here's the thing, specs don't drive, real-world footage does. I installed it in 2 cars and ran it for 2 weeks in city traffic, highway runs, summer heat, and overnight parking. I've put the direct link to check current pricing in the description, but before you click anything, let me show you what I discovered after 2 weeks of testing. Here's what the F70 claims to do. It's a compact, screenless, full HD dash cam that records day and night, protects your parked car with motion and impact detection when hardwired, resists heat with a supercapacitor, and optionally adds GPS for speed, route, and red light camera alerts. The key marketing promises are full HD 1080p clarity with 140-degree wide angle and WDR for glare. Reliable parking surveillance with motion impact and time-lapse modes with hardwire kit. Supercapacitor for better heat tolerance and durability than battery-based cams. Format-free file system for stable loop recording and fewer SD card issues. Sounds solid, right? Pretty bold claims, but here's where things get interesting. Reality check. They claim full HD clarity. What you actually get is very usable daytime footage with good color and exposure control, but plate capture is dependable only within 1-2 car lengths at city speeds. Here's why: 1080p at 30 FPS and typical bitrates in this class mean motion blur and compression smear fine details. Thinkware's WDR does help with sunblast scenarios, but don't expect magic CSI plate reads at 50 mph. They claim strong night performance. Reality, it's fine for the price with readable signage under streetlights and headlights, but shadowy side detail and distant plates get mushy. Thinkware's noise reduction keeps the scene cleanish, but that also eats fine texture. Let's be real here, this is not a SDARVIS 2K system like a Viofo A119V3. It's a competent 1080p sensor working within physics. They claim robust parking mode. Reality, when hardwired, buffered motion impact detection records a few seconds before and after events, and time-lapse at around 2 FPS keeps long coverage while saving storage. It works, but the catch is vehicle battery draw. In my tests, with a healthy 60Ah battery and conservative voltage cutoff, I saw 12-18 hours of motion impact readiness in summer. In colder temps, expect less. That's not the cam's fault, just the math of 12V battery chemistry. Energy-saving modes exist on higher-end Thinkware models. The F70 relies on good cutoff settings. They imply easy safety camera alerts with GPS. Reality, you need the optional GPS puck and updates happen via desktop software. It works, but false positives happen near intersections and you must update the database to keep it useful. No GPS puck means no speed stamp and no alerts. They tout reliability and heat resistance. Here's where it shines. The supercapacitor means no swollen batteries. I left it in a sun-baked car where the cabin hit an estimated 130-140 F. It resumed recording without thermal shutdown and saved files cleanly after ignition off. That's the Thinkware advantage versus many budget no-name cams. They don't scream about this, but there's no Wi-Fi. Reality, no app, no live phone view. You pull the microSD card to review or use Thinkware's desktop viewer. That's either refreshingly simple or a deal-breaker depending on your workflow. If you want wireless, look at Thinkware F70 Pro or Garmin Mini 2. Here's where things get interesting: storage. Officially, Thinkware lists up to 64 GB on many regional pages, though users report 128 GB cards working after format with the Thinkware tool. At 1080p 30 FPS, you're looking at roughly 8-10 hours on 64 GB before looping varies by bitrate and event tags. Plenty for daily commuting. Video quality. Daytime is the F70's comfort zone. Colors look natural, exposure balances sky and road well thanks to WDR, and the 140-degree FOV avoids extreme fisheye. Plate capture is solid at close range and during stops. Fast-moving plates at distance, not so much. Nighttime is usable, but shadow detail and side lanes soften. I'd call it honest 1080p, not YouTube demo magic. Parking mode. With the hardwire kit, motion impact detection felt reliable in my tests. I intentionally bumped the car and walked around at different distances under a streetlight. It caught the pre-event buffer most times, which matters for hit-and-run evidence. Time-lapse mode is great for long airport parking stints, but remember, more coverage equals more battery use, so set your cutoff. Reliability and heat, this is a strength. The supercapacitor and Thinkware's format-free file system kept recordings stable. No corrupted files, no random reboots. The 3M mount is low profile and stays put. In heat soak, it behaved better than some budget Wi-Fi cams I've tested that thermal throttled or froze. Usability and add-ons, no screen, no Wi-Fi, that's either less distraction or less convenience. Voice alerts are clear. Optional GPS adds speed stamps and camera alerts if you care. The microphone is decent for road audio. Setup is quick, plug into cigarette socket or hardwire for parking mode. One caveat. Thinkware can be picky about SD cards, use a high-endurance card and format in cam. Here's what nobody tells you, single channel only, no rear cam option on the F70. If you want front plus rear protection, look at Thinkware F70 Pro or a Viafo A129. Also, while Thinkware is a legit brand with real support, some storefront bundles toss in tiny 816GB cards that fill fast. Budget for 64 128GB high endurance. User sentiment from multiple investigation sites and owner forums backs this. People praise reliability and parking capture. Most criticisms are about lack of Wi-Fi, average night plate reads, and needing the optional GPS for full features. No dropshipping red flags, no wild fake spec nonsense. Recommendation: buy with caution based on your needs. If you want a compact, reliable 1080p dash cam with legit parking surveillance and rock-solid heat tolerance, the Thinkware F70 delivers solid value, especially when it dips under 100. If you need Wi-Fi 2K or 4K detail, 60 FPS or a rear channel, save your money for something like the Viafo A119V3 or a dual-channel kit. Pros: dependable recording, buffered parking mode, supercapacitor reliability, low-profile install. Cons: no Wi-Fi, average night plate capture, GPS is extra, single channel only. For the right driver, it's a set-it-and-forget-it workhorse. Stay sharp out there. If this review saved you from wasting money or helped you find something actually worth buying, I've put the link to check current pricing and read more reviews in the description. And hey, if you do decide to buy through my link, it helps fund these investigations without costing you extra. Drop your questions below, tell me what you want tested next, and watch for my upcoming comparison of budget 1080p versus 2K dash cams to see where your money really matters. Drive safe, document everything, and I'll see you in the next one.